Okay, here we go. We'll just go ahead and censor that. Right about. Okay. Men I Trust. We've been over this before. It's been about a month, I think, since I made that first video, where I reviewed, Equus I think. I believe so, yeah, the second album. And they've been on tour for, the last few weeks, probably like the last month. They've done a lot of dates, right? Just so happens I'm in the lucky few people that has the opportunity to go see, this amazing band, who, as far as I'm concerned, I've never had a bad album or bad song or anything. So, obviously I'm excited. It's a long day ahead of me. I've never actually done a video like this, so I hope, you guys don't think I'm ugly or anything like that. So, we're gonna have an interesting day. I kind of don't know how I'm gonna actually format this video because it's more of a vlog than anything else. I still have school to attend. The concert isn't until 8 o'clock. That is, so it's gonna be interesting. So, the school day is about to start. My school day starts at like 8 o'clock. It's like 7:42 or something like that. Really not the biggest on learning on a day like this, I'll be honest. I'm really just trying to get to the concert, so time flies. So, just gotten back from school. Very, very regular school day, kind of boring in some spots, kind of not in other spots. The point is, I'm just about a few minutes away from leaving for the Men I Trust concert. I wanted to go over some things that I kind of really am anticipating when it comes to this concert. First thing, right? Seven is sometimes my favorite song of theirs. Sometimes it's kind of just in the top 3. It's always in the top 3 at least, or top 5. The guitar riff at the end of that song is just beautiful. And I've watched tons of videos of them performing that song specifically live, more than any other song. And so I just really hope that they play 7 so I can hear that in real time, if that makes sense. Show Me How. No specific part, really, but just you got to hear that. That's just that's always going to be the most popular, the most famous, the holy grail, the standard for everything. So, gotta hear that. And maybe if I'm lucky, the lead singer will, you know what, let's not even get into that. The Better Half from Equus, that song, I can't imagine how that sounds live. Same goes for Husk. There's so many different sounds in that song, I can't even imagine it. Gotta be honest, I'm starting to get goosebumps, starting to feel the energy. And now a message from our good friend, Emma from Men I Trust.
We came here before. It was a long time ago, but we were opening for Jack White. So it's crazy to be here as a headliner tonight. Speaking of, I want to say thank you to Strong Boy for being with us on this tour. And thank you for being here. Either it's your first show or it's your second or your third. It's always fun here. And it gives us a bit of energy at the end of every tour. So thank you to be here.
Now, at this point in the night, things were already going really well. I was already enjoying myself, but I still hadn't heard Show Me How or The Better Half, so I still was lacking some of those goals.
Are we good over there? Just do this or this.
At this point, 2 out of my most anticipated songs had already been performed, so I knew it was only a matter of time before the other ones came. With 7 now actively playing, I was almost completely complete when it comes to this concert, and I knew I was just a few seconds away from hearing the guitar riff at the end of the song, which I've literally been obsessed with for like at least 2 or 3 years now. I watched him perform that song live on YouTube 1,000 times, just dreaming of the moment where I could hear it, and I could just tell it was about to happen. The 7 guitar solo was over, and it was everything I wanted it to be, if not even more. It was an out-of-body experience. I couldn't contain my excitement. And, I mean, we know what was next. Hearing Show Me How live was like the carrot on top. And if anything, it was this performance that reminded me how much music connects us all and binds us all together. Because when I tell you there were people running out of the bathroom to hear this song, how many flashlights were up, this was a song everyone was singing in unison. I mean, it was a moment, and it just made me feel like I was a part of something special. And around this time, things came to an end. And with that, the night comes to an end. It's like 1 a.m. at this point. It wasn't an easy trip to get there, so obviously it wasn't an easy trip to get back. But like that was easily like one of the best nights like of my life. Like that was just amazing. I don't really know if I'll actually be able to properly put my emotions into the best detail at the moment because like I'm super tired, but like that was amazing. Literally every single thing that I said I really wanted to happen happened. I got to hear Show Me How, right? Which I've never heard live in any capacity. I've purposely never watched it live just for the case that I did. It could be my first time ever hearing it in any sort of way that wasn't the studio version. I've never even heard the live sessions version on purpose for this occasion, and it was worth it, right? I got to hear 7 live. I got to hear the guitar riff. I got the whole thing on camera. It's like a minute and like a half, like long. It's a long guitar riff, bro. It's insane, right? And at first my view was a little rough. Like I didn't have the best view, but I was like, it's whatever. But as more people kind of started to exit out, I was able to kind of move in. And by the end of the show, I could actually I could make out, the guys and the girl on stage, Like, shout outs to all 3, bro. Jesse, Dragos, Emma, they all just cooked so much. And I think for my first ever like Rio concert, there's only a few people who are even going to be considerations. Like it had to be one of my personal favorites. Like it had to be a Steve Lacy or, a Cali or, something of that nature. And Men I Trust is right up there with all of them for me. So absolutely worth it. Infinity out of 10. Would do again. It was just amazing. And I'm glad that, I was able to do a different video. I try to make all my videos a little bit different. I try to experiment with different things. So, if you guys like this type of content, you should let me know. If not, you should also probably let me know, for future's sake, I guess. Yeah. And I don't have all the names memorized at this moment, but we should be heading to the shout-outs portion of the episode. Yes, there are shout-outs. My Shelly video from about a month ago has done extremely well, at least for my channel standards. It's almost at 3,000 views. It's got tons of likes for me. And so I just want to say thank you to everyone who watched the video. And, I'm just really glad that one of my videos has actually done so well. Because if you look up the band name, the video is one of the first things that pops up. So I want to just give a quick shout out to everyone who commented on the video. Their name should be on the screen. I'm going to try and read some of them. Brittany Aroka, Asen Gart, Beer Geek 123, Tegmentum, Ray Rat, AG Czak, Seth 600, Lily Cat XOXO, GG Off, and Emma Chicken 91. Big thanks to those guys. And yeah, that's really just, shout out to those guys. Okay, now that the shout outs are over, that's going to be it for today's video. So I hope you enjoyed. Comment, like, subscribe. Once again, thanks for blowing up the Shelly video. That's so proud of that. So happy of that. So happy of just the stretch of videos I've been on. But anyways, if I could describe tonight in 2 words, it would be holy shit.